Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Financial Channel, and I wanted to, chime in with you guys real quick on my second day here in Scotland. I was asked about an article that was on CNBC, I believe, where there was a couple where the wife made 15K a year and the husband made 75K, and they asked, is it fair to, for them to split the cost 50-50? Well, that's an interesting question. I wrote a book about love and money and relationships a while back called Financial Lovemaking. I'm sure it's out there still on Amazon, stuff like that. I did a lot of research into love and money. And one of the things that I am clear on is that money matters a lot when it comes to relationships, and we don't prepare. We don't ask those difficult questions in advance when it comes to money, and it causes chaos. I mean, it wreaks havoc in relationships later on down the line. Now, what I would say is that, first of all, what's defined as fair in one relationship may be unfair in another. And so your relationship, in a way, is kind of like your own little kingdom where you make all the rules. You decide what's fair and what's not fair. So if you talk about it in advance, and you decide that it's fair to split the bills 50-50, then that's the deal you signed up for. That's what it is, right? Some people don't care about money, and they don't, they see it differently from everybody else. And so I think that if you're in your relationship and you're trying to figure out if it's fair, or if something's happened in the relationship and it doesn't seem fair, then I think one question to ask is, well, why didn't you talk about that in advance? Why didn't you set the rules of engagement ahead of time so you would know what you were getting into? Now, sometimes though we just forget, or sometimes circumstances change, and I think that I would say personally, from my perspective, I don't see how that could be fair if you're doing 50-50 and there's extreme income inequality in the household. What that opens the door to is basically financial domination, which can easily lead to financial abuse. Financial abuse, it's a little bit like systematic racism. It's where, you may think that you're being fair, but really because you're the dominant party and you have the power to set the rules and set the terms, then you end up becoming discriminatory or end up abusing the other party. So I compare it to systematic racism because there are lots of white folks who make rules and laws and they're not racist in their heart. They don't want to be unfair, but because they have so much economic domination and can tell black people what to do, then it turns into racism because the system itself, the structure itself, the inequality itself leads to these horrible outcomes. So I think that in a relationship where you have extreme income inequality, you've got to work really hard to communicate the parameters of that relationship and how money's going to be viewed through the lens of that relationship. If you don't do it, then you're asking for trouble because it's going to become a big mess. Divorce is one of the leading money problems are one of the leading causes of divorce. So you better get that stuff out of the way early to make sure that you're not stuck in a situation where you feel financially abused. So I guess my answer is similar to all other answers I give when it comes to financial questions is, one, it depends on the couple, on the value system, on the communication level, and on the rules of that relationship. But then if you want a more definitive answer, do I think that that's fair if the income inequality is that great and you split the cost 50-50? No, I don't. I think that's kind of unrealistic to think that that's even possible. But hey, who am I? I'm just giving my 2 cents on that. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't learned to buy your first share of stock, make sure you visit blackmoney100.com. I have a free training on that platform where you can actually go and learn to buy your first share of stock. All you have to do is sign up, and you'll be guided to the video. You'll be a stock market investor within 20 minutes. Our goal is to get 1 million black people to become stock market investors. That's our objective, and I think we're almost at 10,000, so we got a ways to go, but we're going to stay at it. And then I'll let you guys know when we hit 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, etc. So take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.